Okay, let me start from the place that we have stopped last day. And actually what we have learned under our syllabus is about the central processing unit that is similar to brain of the computer, right? So brief introduction about the class. You are in grade 7 class. So grade 7 means you will be there in grade 7 in 2022 next year. So only 1 month left to finish the year. So, but we have started a little earlier. So because then you can utilize the time and learn things earlier before the school starts. And that is the plan. And actually we will allow two kind of students to be here. Category number 1, if you are doing, if you are in grade 7 in next year, means 2022, this is your class. And for those students who miss grade 7 in 2021 due to the pandemic situation, so you are also allowed to come to this class because you need to learn the stuff in grade 7. And since the class is going on in English medium, so those who are having problems in the language, so we have given you a chance to join with the Sinhala medium batch and English medium batch both. එකන්නේ අපි මේ ක්ලාස් එක යන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් එකෙන් පුතේ. ඒ හින්දා ඔයගලන්ට ලැන්ග්වේජ් ගැටලුවක් තියන අයට අපි අවස්ථාව දීලා තියෙනවා. සිංහල මීඩියම් ක්ලාස් එකටත් පාටිසිපේට් කරන්න මේකට එන ගමම්ම. ඉතින් ඒ හින්දා ලැන්ග්වේජ් ප්‍රශ්න තියන අය ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් එකටත් එන්න. ඒ ගමම්ම සිංහල මීඩියම් එකටත් එන්න. ඒ වගේම 2022 සිංහල මේ grade 7 තමයි මේ ක්ලාස් එක. 2022 grade 7. එතකොට තව කට්ටියක් ඉන්න පුළුවන් මම කිව්වා 2021 grade 7 අයට මේ lessons අල්ල ගන්න බැරි වෙලා එහෙම අයටත් අපි එන්න දෙනවා මේ ක්ලාස් එකට. Right? I think it's clear to you now. Okay, so let's start the lesson quickly. Right? I know there are some areas there are power cuts that is usually there these days. Don't think much. Even I am getting that issue. I also got a power cut. Sometimes my line also will be disconnected because I'm using my laptop battery. So anyway, I'll try my level best to continue without any disturbances. In case if I disconnect, I'll try to connect using mobile data then. For the moment, it's okay. I'm running with my UPS. I think the router power is there, so I can provide you the service without any interruption. In case of disconnection, I'll reconnect to the mobile data connection. Okay. So let's go back to your book and see what's there. So in your book, grade 7 English medium book, this is it. And the lesson that you are learning is the lesson number 1, the first lesson. It's lesson number 1, first lesson. And that is about the central processing unit. Because in grade 6, you are learning about computer and what is basics of computer. Now we are learning little advanced stuff, not actually advanced, but little bit more than grade 6. And if you still, if you miss like grade 6 also, then higher පාඩම් ටිකක් මිස් වෙලා නම් එතකොට මොකද කරන්නේ? එතකොට ඉතින් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ස්පෙෂල් පර්මිෂන් එකක් අරගෙන හයේ ක්ලාස් එකටත් එන්න තමයි තියෙන්නේ. හයටත් එන ගමන් හතටත් එන. එහෙම එන අයත් ඉන්නවනේ නේද දැන් මේකේ. මෙතන ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලා ඉන්නවා හයට එන ගමන් හතටත් එන. එහෙම කරන්න. So because you don't have any other choice නේ. ඒතර හතේදී හයේව කතා කරන්න අමාරුයි. වෙලාව මදිනේ. එහෙනම් හයේ පන්තියටත් ඇවිල්ලා ඒකෙත් ඉගෙන ගන්න. It's okay. Okay, let's start learning about this. Last day, Pute, we discussed about the central processing unit, and it is the brain of the computer, and it is the main task of this is processing. So we take data as input. අපි ආදානයක් input විදියට දත්ත ගන්නවා. We need to produce this information which are meaningful. So why processor is used? Processor can process this data information either in mathematical or logical way. We learn about the processor, central processing unit, that is inside the system unit. So what about the laptops then? Laptops are in laptops. So there are no system units in laptops. So where the CPU?
Under the keyboard?
Yes,
Under
it is
the
underneath
keyboard.
of the keyboard. Because motherboard is located under the keyboard. So your processor is plugged to the keyboard. In mobile phone, do we have processor in mobile phone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
sir. Yes, sir.
Under the display.
Yes, under the display. Any kind of computing device will have a central processing unit. So have you seen the world's smallest CPU? World's
Yes.
smallest, yes.
Yes, sir.
This is world's smallest CPU. That is even smaller than rice seed. So you can see. This is magnified. This is rice, right? And this is your, this is the computer. And this is a coin. And this is the computer. So these computers are not having these monitors, keyboards, system units like this, right? You don't have such. So this, but this itself is a processor which will support direct inputs and outputs, and it will process the stuff there. So the world's smallest here, grain of rice, you can see. And this is the smallest computer. It's also a CPU. Therefore, CPU is anywhere. So inside robots also, you have CPU, right? Robot lage athulet CPU ekak tiyenawa. Inside the robots also, CPU is there. CPU තියනවා robots lage ඇතුළේ තියෙනවා මේ වගේ මේ මොනවාද computers ඇතුළේ තියෙනවා mobile phone ඇතුළේ තියෙනවා මේ මොනවාද desktop ඒවා තියෙනවා laptop වලත් තියෙනවා හැමතැනම CPU එකක් තියෙනවා. CPU is everywhere. Okay, then so let's go. And I gave you a chance last day to show your CPU or show the features of your CPU, and we learn about the components in the CPU. So can you remember the components? What are the main components of CPU, Pute? Yes. What are the main components of CPU? Can you remember? There are three
CU.
components: ALU,
CU,
and memory unit, right? So there are three things. So one is ALU, arithmetic and logical unit. Then the second one is CPU, and the third one is memory unit. Right? Didn't we write about memory unit, Pute? Memory unit එක ලිව්වේ නැද්ද අපි? Did or didn't? You have to tell me.
We did.
We did. Okay, let's open this, and I'm opening my one. So yes, I have to go to JITs folder and grade 7 folder. Under that, I should have, let's see, week 1. Inside there, I think this is week 1. This is also week 1. Let's see. Yes, we wrote about the memory unit, right? We have written about the memory unit. Okay.
Excuse me,
Yes.
sir. මෙහෙට sir power issue එකක් වුණා. මම sir ලියුවෙන්නේ.
හරි පුතේ අපෙත් power එක නැහැ. මමත් මේ sim එකෙන් කරන්නේ. ඔයා එහෙනම් recording එක බලන්න බ්‍රහස්පතින්දා Thursday same time, right? Thursday same time.
Okay, sir.
You can see the, right? That's the thing.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, මම ලියුවේ.
Okay. Right, then we discussed about the memory unit Pute last day, and today also let's discuss more about this computer, and mostly how this computer is working, how the processor is working. Today we are going to learn about the working concept of your CPU. Actually, this you have to thoroughly understand. Right? What is the purpose of ALU, Pute? ALU එකෙන් මොනවද කරන්නේ? The purpose of ALU? Yes? It does. ALU means arithmetic and logical. Arithmetic and logical. Mathematical AY, logical AY, right? So what are the mathematical processing components? You can see addition. Addition can ekatu kirima. Subtraction. Division. You can divide and you can multiply. So those things are happening. The multiplication, addition, division, subtraction. So those are called arithmetic operations. So what are the logical operations, Pute?
Greater than, less than.
Yes, greater than, less than. යම් කිසි දෙයක් විශාලද, කුඩාද, සමානද, අසමානද කියලා බලන එක ඒවට අපි කියනවා logical processing කියලා. එතකොට අපිත් ඒව කරනවනේ පුතේ. අපිත් අනිත් එක්කෙනා දිහා බලනවා. අය අපිට වැඩි සුදුද, උසද, මහතද ඒවා logical. එහෙම නැත්නම් arithmetic කියලා කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. මගේ බර ග්‍රෑම් කිලෝග්‍රෑම් 25යි. එයාගේ බර කොච්චරද? එයා 28යි. එතකොට මට වැඩි බර වැඩි. and එතකොට මගේ බරයි එයාගේ බරයි එකතු කරාම කීයද? 28යි 25යි. 53යි. So those are arithmetic. So similar to that, our brain will involve in arithmetic operations and logical operations. Right? So basically, when we walk in a road, our brain will work both sides, right? Arithmetic, logical. Logically, our brain is vahane namada. Vahane innattam para paninno. Vahane kathenge namana arithmetically balano. Kochchara velayata me vahane enna. Eva taggala calculate karna bude brain එකේ. දැන් අතන ළඟ වාහනයක් තියෙනවා අපෝ දැන් නම් පනින්න බෑ මෙයා ළඟ වැඩි. මාව හැප්පෙයි. ඒතකොට ඈත වාහනයක් තියෙනවා ආයෙ එන්න වෙලා යනවා. අපිට යන්න පුළුවන්. Those arithmetic logical operations will happen in your brain. Right? Arithmetic operations and logical operations will happen in your brain. And so control unit also we learn. Control unit is like a traffic officer. Yeah, traffic officer කෙනෙක් වගේ. Control unit එක ගත්තම
Similar to traffic officer.
Sorry?
Similar to traffic officer.
Yes, similar to a traffic processor. Why it is similar to a traffic officer? Because, yes, it sends signals. The traffic officer කෙනෙක් වාහන drive කරනවා දැකලා තියෙනවද junction එකක?
No, sir.
He's not driving, but he's signaling, right? He's signaling drivers. Drivers like you go right side, you go left side, you stop, you have to wait. Okay, now you come forward. So likewise, it's signaling. He's signaling. A signal එකක් දෙනවා. ඒ signal එක අනුව තමයි drivers ලා drive කරන්නේ. එතකොට මේ CU එකත් ඒ වගේ. CU is sending signals. Control unit එකක් signal යනවා input device. mouse එක ඔන්නෝක click කරන්න. click කරපෙක ගන්න. හරි keyboard එක ඔය බලන්න මේක අකුරු ටික දැන් මේව කරගන්න input කරන්න. speaker එක ඔන්න ඔය ආපු ශබ්දේ මේ පෙන්නන්න. ශබ්දයක් දාලා පෙන්නන්න. processor එක ඔන්න එකක් එනවා process කරන්න. ALU ඔන්න ආව process කරන්න ගණන් හදන්න. So likewise, it will instruct. Yeah, instruct එකක්, instruction එකක්. Control signal එකක් දෙනවා. So that's what it's doing. Right? Okay, the next one is memory unit. So today we are going to learn about that. It has few parts. Memory unit has few parts. Memory unit has like one component called cache memory, the other component called registers. In your book, you can only see the registers, right? Here. But memory unit is bigger than this. Memory unit has two parts, cache and registers. What's the difference? Cache memory and registers. Cache memory and registers. What's the difference? So which is smaller, cache memory or register? Kuda kokada, punchi kokada, cache memory kada registers.
Registers.
Registers are smaller, right? Registers are smaller. Cache memory is bigger, somewhat bigger. So what is then cache memory kai random access memory kai gattut kawuda loku?
Random access memory.
The random access memory kai hard disk kai gattut kawuda loku?
Hard disk.
Hard disk.
right? Oh, ඒක තමයි දැන් අපි අද ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ. Right? We are going to learn about how data transfers from. Okay. So this is it. The following diagram shows how instructions in the hard disk are executed. Explain the diagram. Okay, we are going to write about that. And before that, I would like to do small practical to remember about the computer performance and the processor today. Processor එක බලා ගන්න විදිහ. Okay, I'll give you a chance to share your screens. So can you start sharing your screen today? So who's going to start sharing the screen? Okay, I can see. Okay, then you have to go to the task manager. Hari, task manager එකට යන්න. Right, then go to the performance. And you can see your processor, CPU එකට යන්න. Then you can see it is 5.3. Then on the page මෙතන cache memory එක processor එක. That's what I want to show you. So this is level 1, level 2, level 3 cache. Can you see? And this is your processor speed. And it says 2 cores, 4 processors. මේකත් මම කියලා දුන්නා කොහොමද ඒක? It's like you have one kitchen නේද? එක kitchen එකක මේ දවස්වල නම් gas පුපුරනවනේ නේද? එක kitchen එකක gas දෙකක් තියෙනවා වගේ. It's like 2 cookers. And it's working as 4 independent units. We learn about that. So you have one processor and it has 2 cookers and 4 processing units. එහෙම නැත්නම් අපි මෙහෙම හිතමු. එක kitchen එකයි chefලා දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඒ chefලා දෙන්න 4 දෙනෙක් වගේ වැඩ කරනවා. So that's the and the speed of this processor is 2.5 gigahertz. Okay, can others share? Anita share කරන්න බලන්න. Okay, Manudha. This is Manudha's screen. So Manudha has one processor, 2 chefs, and working as 4. So this is Manudha's computer. And this is Veron's computer. Veron has one processor. He has 4 cores. 4 cores කියලා කියන්නේ 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. Chefලා 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඒ 4 දෙනා 8 දෙනෙක් වගේ වැඩ කරනවා. And you can see this is Veron's මේ Veronගේ computer එකේ L1, L3, L2, L1, L2, L3 cache. බලන්න ඒවා ලොකු මොකද්ද? L3 is the bigger, right? L3, then L2, then L1. L1 is the smallest. ඊටත් වැඩි පොඩි registers ඒවා පෙන්වන්නේ නැහැ මෙතන. And this is Binuti's computer. This is Binuti's computer. Binutiගේ L3 එක තියෙනවා කීයද පුතේ Binuti? L3 එක? It's 4 MB, right? 4 MB L3, 512 KB L2, 128 KB L1. එතන Binuti එකේ තියෙන processor එක kitchen එකක් chefලා දෙන්නෙක් 4 දෙනෙක් වගේ වැඩ කරනවා. ඔය වගේ අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත processor එක ගැන හොයාගන්න. This is Binuti's.
What is this?
Which one, Pute? Diagram. You asking about this diagram?
Yes, sir.
This one. This is showing. It is showing. Which one, Pute? This diagram is showing. Basically, this diagram is showing how the tasks are allocated, right? A diagram එකෙන් පෙන්නන්නේ task allocate වෙලා තියෙන හැටි. Yeah, Shavin, I know that. So me ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ හැමෝටම power නැද්ද? So I also have no power in my phone. Right. Okay. There are some power cuts. I don't know why. This is whose? Hirusha's computer. You can see 1 core, 4 processors. Right. Then this is Chituli's computer. This is Chituli's computer. CPU overclocking, I'll tell you later, because like if I start explaining this in the class, some of the students will be confused. That's why I'll tell you later. You can just send me a WhatsApp. I'll send you details. Someone is asking about CPU overclocking.
So is it good to overclock the CPU?
In some cases, yes, you can overclock. In some cases, you can overclock. But for some applications, you have to think carefully based on the need. You have to do that. Okay, anyone else wish to share the screen? You can share, but the Anita share kala tiyedi kamanna share karana puluwan because I have enabled multiple sharings, right? And this is Thisula's computer. Thisula ge tiyenne කොහමද? 160 KB L1 එකක් L2 එක ඊට වැඩිය ලොකුයි L3 එක ඊටත් වැඩිය ලොකුයි. එහෙම තමයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තියෙන්නේ. Let's learn about this. This is Thisula and this is Yonal. Right? You can see Yonal's string. Okay, that's it. I think.
Sir, what is gigahertz?
Sorry.
Sir, what is gigahertz?
Gigahertz means that is the special like speed measurement unit. We will learn in this chapter. පුතේ. Hertz එකක් කියන්නේ එක cycle එකක්. Hertz එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ Okay, so we learn about that පුතේ. We learn about how speeds are measured. 1 cycles per second. ඒ කියන්නේ තප්පරයකට කිසියම් දෙයක් නැවත සැරයක් වෙනවා නම් අපි හිතමු වතුර බින්දුවක් කියලා. වතුර බින්දුවක් වැටෙනවා. මේ වතුර බින්දුව වැටෙන්න තප්පරයක් යනවා. ඊළඟ තප්පරේ තව වතුර බින්දුවක් වැටෙනවා. ඊළඟ තප්පරේ තව වතුර බින්දුවක් වැටෙනවා. Each second one water drop is falling down. Each second one water drop is falling down. We call that 1 hertz speed. කිසියම් දෙයක් එක කියන්නේ එක අපි කියන එකම දේ නැවත නැවත වෙනකොට something is frequently happening, repeating things. So if it is happening 1 per second, 1 occurrence per second, it is 1 hertz. So if there are 1,000 such occurrences, so like per second, same thing will happen for 1,000 times. Let's say fan is rotating 1,000 times. CPU is calculating things 1,000 times. We call 1,000 hertz, which is similar to 1 kilohertz. 1,000 hertz similar to 1 kilohertz. Let's say if something is happening 1,000 into 1,000 times, that means 1 million times. That is called 1 megahertz. 1 million hertz or 1 megahertz. I think now you got the idea, right? Gigahertz means 1 trillion, right? 1,000 millions. If something is happening 1,000 million times, something is happening 1,000 million times, then we call 1 trillion maybe, oh, sorry, 1 billion. So that is called, okay. So someone is asking which is better, HDD or STD? Yes, STD is better, it's faster, right? But it's costly, but it is faster. SSD, solid state drives are faster. HDD, hard disk drives, normal hard disk drives are slower. Solid state drives fast. Okay, let's learn about these hardware components later. So let's go to the topic, otherwise like it will take more time to discuss this. Okay, so let's move to the topic then. Okay, Pute, please write down. The following diagram shows how instructions in the hard disk. The following diagram shows how instructions in the hard disk are executed. Explain the diagram. Okay, then let's write about that. Okay, I would like to give you similar example. So let's say you want to eat bread. How many of you can eat the whole bread, loaf of bread, or whole bread same one go, one time? No. So basically what we do, we will slice it, right? We will take slices and we will keep it in the plate. So let's draw this. Okay, let's say you have a bread. My drawings are bad, sorry for that. Let's say this is your bread. And then you want to eat it. You take a plate and you will have some slices. So slices are kind of manageable chunks or manageable parts.
Sir,
Yes?
want to write this?
No, don't write this. I'll give you English medium note, right? Just wait. I'm just explaining.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay. Then the bread, then you have slices. These slices, can you eat one slice at a time? One slice? එක slice එකක් එකපාර කටේ දාගන්න පුළුවන්ද? Difficult,
No,
right?
sir.
It's difficult. So then what you take? You will take one slice to your hand. This, let's say this is the slice. You will take that to your hand. And from that, you will tear a part of slice. Just take a part and then eat. Right? You will take a part and then eat. So this is what happening when you are eating. When you are eating, at the eating time, you will further divide into a manageable pieces and you chew it. Maybe you can like further process it in your mouth using your teeth. Right, okay. So let's map this scenario. Then make up it. RAM එකේ මේ computer එකේ වෙන දෙයින් දකිමු. Hard disk, you have all the instructions in the hard disk. Hard disk එකේ තමයි ඔක්කොම instructions තියෙන්නේ. Everything is there in the hard disk. So this is, let's say this is a program, a single program. එතකොට using this single program, the most required instructions, not everything, currently running instructions will be taken into the random access memory. Only the currently running instruction, not everything, right? The program is very large one. Software is a very large one. Maybe there are a lot of software programs, but you will only take the currently running program. After that, from that currently running program, you will take a manageable piece of instruction or manageable set of instruction to your level 3 cache. Then from that, you will take a part of that to level 2. From that, you will take another part or a currently processing thing to level 1. After that, you will take small amount of data and start processing using registers. So this is what happening in the computer. එතන පාංගෙඩියක් අපි කෑවේ කොහොමද? පාංගෙඩියක් ගත්තා, පෙති කපලා, පෙත්තක් අරගෙන ඒකෙන් කෑල්ලක් කාලා කට ඇතුලේදී තව චූටි චූටි කෑලි වලට කඩාගත්තා. මෙතනදී instruction එකක් process කරේ කොහොමද? So you have the large program or the software, most required instructions or the currently running instructions. From that currently processing instruction, the piece of instruction which set of instruction you can process currently, and then you divide. These are the currently processing instructions in the CPU inside registers. So similar kind of scenario. Okay, now it's time to write. I hope you understood what's happening in this diagram, right? Understood or not? If not, tell me, then I can.
Sir, please zoom in.
You need to zoom in or zoom out?
Zoom in.
This way.
Thanks, sir. Okay.
Okay, let's write down today.
Sir, can you show the pictures?
You can get the note today. Okay, so in your note, you have this content. Write down under these. Hard disk stores data, information, and programs in the computer for reusing and long time usage and for long time usage. In addition to the hard disk, we can use CD, DVD, Blu-ray, pen drives, memory cards as secondary storage devices. Do the
Sir,
same
want
task.
to write
Yes.
this?
Yes. Yes, Pute.
Okay, sir.
Random access memory.
Sir, can I request both English medium note and Sinhala medium note?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, sir.
Random access memory. You can request both, right? So you can ask English medium, Sinhala medium, both. Random access memory or the RAM. Stores currently running instructions or programs with related data and information. For short time usage, RAM is a volatile memory and the memory will fade away if there is no power. Power එක තියෙනකම් විතරයි RAM එකේ තියෙන නිසා temporary storage. Memory is temporary. Right? Please write down. Now you can write down, right? Now you can write down in the note. Actually, two
Yes,
ways
sir.
to write down this note. So number one, you can edit the note. If you have received the note, you can edit the note. Anujana, I'm sending my WhatsApp to you now. You have requested it. Just saw the message, sorry.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I joined to Edmodo, but I can't see any group.
You have to join by the group code, Pute.
Yes,
the
sir, I
group code.
joined by group code, but I can't see link or any.
Okay, can you show me? Yeah, and actually no links are there in the Edmond. I think you are in the 2022 group, right?
Yes, sir, grade 8.
Ah, yes, yes. We have not added anything yet, Pute. Don't worry. We have not added anything yet. You can see the group, no? You can see the group, but only thing is no content.
Sir, you not request me.
No, I asked that you have joined the group and you are in the group, but you cannot see the content, right? So that's
Yes.
a problem, ne? The hari. ඒකට හේතුව මම තාම දාලා නැහැ පුතේ ඒකට content. තාම මොකද notes කිසිම දෙයක් දැම්මේ නැහැ ඒකයි. Don't worry. After first lesson we will be uploading that, right? After the first lesson. So next week, maybe today or next week, I'll upload the textbooks to it, and the remaining part will be uploaded later. Okay. So memory is temporary. Memory is temporary, right? So that's the nature. From the random access memory,
Sir?
yes.
Are you putting the lessons to the Edmodo?
Lessons are actually, so you mean recordings.
Yes, sir.
Recordings are in the jits.lk site. gicts.lk. Recordings තියෙන්නේ ඒකේ assessments තියෙන්නේ Edmodo පටලවා ගන්න එපා. හරි. Communication.
GICTS.
Yes, jits.lk. ඒකේ තමයි videos තියෙන්නේ. Assignment, assessment, exams තියෙන්නේ Edmodo එකේ. එතකොට communication channel එක තමයි Discord. ඔය තුන පටලවා ගන්න එපා. හරි. එතකොට Discord එකෙන් නෙවෙයි අපි class කරන්නේ. අපි class කරන්නේ Zoom එකෙන්. Zoom is basically the class channel. Discord is the communication channel. And actually WhatsApp we are using temporary. Discord is the communication channel. Zoom is the class channel. Edmodo is the assessment assignment channel. And the content channel is jits.lk. Those are the 4 channels. Understand that clearly.
Excuse me, sir.
From the RAM, cache memories will acquire most essential currently processing data and instructions. Cache, CACHE, cache has 3 levels, and level 3, L3 is the largest, and L1 is the smallest.
Sir, are you putting the lessons to YouTube?
We are putting lessons to YouTube, but when you are putting the lessons, some lessons will be like, some sections will be public, some sections will be unlisted. You will not be able to publicly browse that, right? So that's why you have to use jits.lk. Some lessons we will put public, but not everything. That's why sometimes you are asking, we saw this YouTube video, can I get the other one? Can I get the other one and all? But we cannot share everything to the YouTube. Some lessons are there, some parts of the lessons are there, but not everything. Because we will be put in unlisted manner. So first few lessons we put that, but later we will put it in unlisted manner where you will not be able to browse that. Therefore, recommended you to create the jits.lk account. So that will be free for you, right? When you pay, no need to pay that separately when you pay. Otherwise, if you create jits.lk account, you can pay and create that. That is a separate story. What pay kallak thonnan ganna puluwan jits.lk account එක. By paying 500, you can enable it if you are not coming to the classes. But if you are coming to the classes, it's free for you.
Okay.
The cache has 3 levels, and L3 is the largest and L1 is the smallest. L1 is inside the CPU. In the last stage, registers will be populated with the content and the instructions, and ALU and CU will be using the registers to access those when processing. Okay, this is the story, right? So I have already actually explained the story using this bread example, and actual process is also similar to that bread example. From the hard disk, it will go to the RAM for temporary. RAM will store currently running, currently processing, or currently accessing instructions and data. From RAM, it will go to the L3 cache, then to L2 cache, then to L1 cache, and ultimately to the registers. Actually, ALU and CU will use the data and instructions in the registers.
Sir,
Yes.
please paste the note in the chat box.
Sorry.
Please paste the note in the text box.
Can do, but not repeating these things. So maybe in the initial stages I can do, but when we move forward, you have to type because you have to develop your skills too. Sorry.
So how do you make a GICTL account?
That you have to go to gicts.lk website, www.gits.lk, and register by providing your information. You can provide your school and all this information and register for an account there. After that, we will give you the access from the backend. The administration again, Ms. Chaturika, basically, she will give you the access. Again, login code එකක් අහයි code එක ඕන නැහැ. ඔයා හදලා ඉවර වෙලා චතුරිකා මිස්ටර් කියන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ එයා access එක දෙයි. backend එකේ.
Okay, sir.
Finished writing this? I think I have sent it to the chat then.
Yes, sir.
Finished, right? I'll send it to the chat now.
Yes.
You can copy and paste that. Okay. So that is the story of your CPU, how it works in your computer. Right. Next is, so let's move to the chapter now. We learn about ALU, CU, memory registers and how it works. And next we have to learn
Excuse me,
about, yes.
Sir, this is not about the lesson, sir. Sir, actually Windows 11 requires the TPM 2.0 chip for the laptop or the CPU or the PC. I mean, what is the means? What is the TPM 2.1 chip?
Can you repeat the question, Pute? I didn't hear you properly.
Sir, trusted
means,
platform module.
Trusted
Platform module, sir. TPM.
TPM, yes.
Sir,
Sir, why does Windows 11 need that, sir?
Windows 11 needs that.
Yes, sir.
So it's requesting that component.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's the nature of it. It's different versions. Let's say you have a different version of Windows. Okay, for an example, when you update it. So this is asked when you are updating or when you are registering. So when this was asked?
Sir, I was trying to activate Windows 11 for my old laptops. That doesn't work because it requires TPM 2.0. My old laptop hasn't that.
Right, that's the thing. So basically, so that is so I think different versions of the Windows, not just Windows, even Mac OS, even Linux, they have different specifications and different requirements. So one is DirectX. Likewise, like different requirements are there. That is the platform, right? Because single software cannot work. So it needs support of the platform, especially to check the genuineness of the OS or to make it performing. Different reasons are there. You can just Google it. The best thing is you can Google it, what is actually required by the particular component. So that is the best thing because I have not updated the Windows 11 because I'm not using that. So for a long time, I'm using Mac OS, but I'm okay with Windows 10, but I have not updated to Windows 11. So I cannot tell you the exact answer due to that reason. So what I have to do is I have to either check and let you know. Okay, so let's move to the next part, Pute. So last part of the computer, last part of this chapter is focusing on, basically it's telling about the history of the computer. I would like to ask small general purpose or general knowledge question. So who is the father of computing?
Charles Babbage.
Correct, Charles Babbage. Why he is called father of computing?
Analytical engine.
What is analytical engine?
Analytical engine.
What is that analytical engine? This is Charles Babbage, right?
Computer.
Charles Babbage, he born in 1814, right? 1814. And he born in 1791, and he died in 1871. Right? 1791. And he died 1871. 1871. So computers were there that time? At his era, yage time niki computers tippada.
No.
No. Then why he is called father of computing?
He made the computer engine.
Yes. So he made a kind of engine. So that was the foundation for the computer. Fortunately or unfortunately, Charles Babbage have not seen any computer. Charles Babbage is the father of computing, not a computer. So think that. Imagine he's the father of computing, but he have never seen a computer. How he became the father of computing? Because his findings, what he found was used to create the computer. So that's the thing. Actually, when first computer was created, when the first electronic computer was created, anyone knows what is the first electronic computer?
It is big computer.
It is ENIAC. It is ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Interpreter and Computer. ENIAC is the first electronic computer. Before that also there were computers, EDVAC, UNIVAC, Mark I. So there were some computers. Actually, Mark I computer was developed in Harvard University based on this Charles Babbage analytical engine. There was a concept in earlier times. Machines were using engines, ships, space crafts, vehicles, machineries, everything use engine. So Babbage team, okay, we need to develop engine for calculations. That was Babbage's idea. He wanted to develop an engine for calculation. So he developed analytical engine for calculations. Analytical engines for calculating. Actually, this calculation engine, the analytical engine that he was developed, could be programmable. It was supporting some programs. It's a programmable computer. Right? That means like at that time, so there was a lady called Ada Lovelace. Right? Lady Ada Lovelace. She is actually 1815 to 1852. Right? He was, actually not he, actually she was writing program. She was the first mathematical program writer, wrote a program to this Babbage analytical engine. She wrote program to Babbage analytical engine. Babbage analytical engine එකේ වැඩ කරන්න පුළුවන් program එකක් ලියනවා Ada Lovelace. Right, Rehansa, we were discussing about the topic history of the computing. Actually, we have already finished discussing about the first part. What you have to do is you have to watch the repeat lesson in Thursday, right? Thursday there's a repeat telecast, repeat broadcast. Please watch that. Right, repeat broadcast it's going on YouTube, and after that it will be unlisted. So please watch that. Right, before that you can watch in Thursday same time. Okay, then Babbage's analytical engine, actually Lady Ada Lovelace. So you can understand two things from that. So first programmer was a lady, female. But first computer engine developer was a male. Right? That's why still like boys like hardware and girls like software. Boys like hardware a lot because like, you know, the origin is like, was Charles Babbage. Girls like software. The origin is Lady Ada Lovelace. Lovelace සමහරට ආච්චි කෙනෙක් වගේ වෙන්න තියෙකයි. ආච්චි නෙමෙයි අර මී මුත්ත නෙමෙයි ඊටත් උඩින් තියෙන්නේ I don't know. Grand mother name. Okay. So a Lady Ada Lovelace was termed as the first programmer, and Charles Babbage is treated as the father of computer. Don't tell Lady Ada Lovelace is the mother of computer then, right? So she's the first programmer. Anyway, so you can see when he died, 1871. He died in 1871. I would like to show you interesting fact. So remember this age, right? 1871. 1870 තමයි යා මැරෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ කාලේ මේ බලන්න I'm going to show you some interesting stuff about the history of computing. Okay. So see this. Right. Here, so Mark I, Harvard Mark I, or automatic sequence control calculator, or Mark I was, right? It was actually inspired by the Charles Babbage differential engine. And based on this differential engine only, this concept, this Mark I computer was created. So Charles Babbage has created analytical engine. He suggested a concept of differential engine. He had idea. He suggested this, but he didn't actually created that. So after he died, actually that time was like, what is the age? 1871. You can see 1939. Harvard University decided to create a computer using his idea. After like 39, after 70 years after he died. So then only his idea was actuated. His idea was initialized. එයාගේ idea එකෙන් ඇත්තටම computer එකක් හදන්නේ මෙන්න මේ කාලේ. Right? Okay. So that is 1939. Why people were interested in creating computers in 1940s? Any reason? What do you think? In 1940s, I make computers හදන්න මිනිස්සු පෙළඹෙන්නේ. You can see a lot of like different computers came that period. UNIVAC, EDVAC. So I'll give you this note. Don't worry, I'll give you this note. What do you think? Why people were interested in that this time? 1940s? What was there in the world? Oh, දැන් ඔන්න දැනගන්න ඕන මොනවද ලෝකෙ ඔය කාලේ තිබ්බේ 1940s වල? Yes? මතක් කරලා බලන්න. 1940 ගණන් වල මොනවද තිබ්බේ ලෝකෙ? යුද්ධේ. හරි. එතකොට යුද්ධෙට තමයි මේ කම්පියුටර්ස් හදන්නේ. So that's the important thing, right? So this was the computers were created for communicating in world war. ලෝක යුද්ධෙදී communicate කරන්න තමයි computers ඉස්සෙල්ලාම හදන්නේ. Even internet began such that way. Internet පටන් ගන්නෙත් ලෝක යුද්ධෙදී communicate කරන්න ගිහිල්ලා. That is called ARPANET. Internet පටන් ගන්නෙත් ලෝක යුද්ධ කාලේ, computers develop වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නෙත් ලෝක යුද්ධ කාලේ. ලෝක යුද්ධය ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ ඉතින් computers හොඳට දියුණු වෙනවා. So that is the nature now. So but the starting was the world war. Okay. And after that you can see different computers. Initial computers, those were like very large buildings, right? If you want to own a computer, you have to buy the building too. Computer එකක් ගන්න ඕන building එකක් ගන්න ඕන සල්ලි දීලා. Because the computer was inside that building. The entire building is occupied by the computer. We call that time we had like garage size control room. Then තියෙන ඔය keyboard එකේ keys ටිකක් තියෙනවනේ. ඔය keys වගේ තමයි ඉස්සර control room එකක් තිබිලා තියෙනවා. ඒක garage එකක් වගේ ප්‍රමාණයක් තිබිලා. It's a garage size control room. Right? Assume how large the computer was. Computer size is around. Sorry.
So supercomputers එහෙම නේද?
Supercomputers එච්චර ලොකු නෑ පුතේ. Supercomputers are now we have like supercomputers are larger, but it's not larger like a garage. So
No,
this is a single computer.
Supercomputer not has a keyboard. No?
Yeah, supercomputer is not having a keyboard. That's true. We are not connecting any keyboard and all to that because it is network computer, no. But this is like so you can see the. And this is ENIAC, the first electronic computer. I said that. So this is model actually sample, not everything, some parts of ENIAC. So ENIAC had 5 million hand soldered joints. ENIAC වල තිබිලා තියෙනවා ඇත්තටම අතින් පාස්සපු තැන් hand soldered අතින් පාස්සපු තැන් මිලියන 5ක්. හිතලා බලන්න කම්පියුටර් එකේ size එක. අතින් පාස්සපු joints maybe joints pass and then පාස්සනවා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? අර wire දෙකක් එකතු කරනවනේ wire දෙකක් එකතු කරලා EN කියලා පාස්සනවා. Soldering. I think you know the soldering iron bout, right? Bout එක දැකලා තියෙනවද? පාස්සන්න තියෙන්නේ.
Yes, sir, I have
Soldering iron කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ වගේ. So you can use that to solder joints. Soldering iron can be used to solder joints. Actually, that ENIAC had 5 million hand soldered joints. So, million and pahak tibila thina hand soldered joints. Think how big the computer was. Okay, so that is about the history. Then actually the computers became smaller and smaller. And here this is Apple I computer, right? You can see this is, sorry, this is Altair. This is not Apple, this is Altair. This is Altair computer. So now computer has become desktop.
Sir?
Yes. This
Sir,
is
now
Apple
the count
I.
came, sir.
Sorry.
Now the count came, sir.
All right. We also
At
got.
the exact time. At the exact time, sir. Because the class is over now.
Yes, that's the thing. This is Apple I computer, right? You can see the wooden frame. Lee frame එක තමයි හදන්නේ. පළවෙනි Apple computer. So this is Apple I computer. It's a wooden frame. And so these are some IBM computers. So this is second generation, first generation. This is second generation. Again, now these are the third generation. And now we are in the fourth and fifth generations. So I'll explain this not next day, Pute, because like it will take more time to explain about the generations. I would like to give you small tasks. So I think Yugit has already done that. Good. So find out the computer generations. Find out information about computer generations as a homework. Right? Find out about the history of computers or computer generations. So I'll give you the question now. Please write down.
Sir, we need to do that in our note or
Yeah, you have to write, include that to the note. Please write down. Find details about the computers used in the history. Divide it to main 5 generations. divide into main 5 generations. So that is the question, right? Find out about the computers used in history, divide into main 5 generations. Twelfth generation, no Satika. So that is not.
So I think he is talking
There are
about
only
CPU.
6 generations.
Yeah, there are only 5 main generations. But you are talking about this i3, i5. These
So sometimes they are talking about Windows 11, Windows.
no, they are. I think you are talking about i5,
No,
i7.
sir. Also, I have i3.
No, not that generations, Pute. Even away, the main generations are, so you are talking about the brands, i3,
Yes, sir,
i5,
brands.
i7, yeah. Not about that, Pute.
The i5 11 gen like that.
Even away, even athuwa tiyanama computer generations mehema bedeno. You can see in your book, the first generation computers, I'll show this in your note. Here, first generation computers, which the technology was vacuum tubes. The second generation, transistors were used. Third generation, integrated circuits, and fourth generation, microprocessors. And fifth generation, we are using ultra large scale ULSI circuits. Here, this is the period, first generation, 1940 to 56. Then 1956 to 63 is the second generation. The third generation, 64 to 71, and 75 to 90s, it is fourth generation, and after 90s, now we have that fifth generation now. So need to talk about that. Yes?
So what is the technology that used in 5th generation, sir? Can you
ULSI,
repeat
ultra large scale integration.
Excuse me, sir. If you can, sir, send it from the chat section, sir.
ULSI and artificial intelligence. That is in the fifth. First generation vacuum.
Sir?
Then come to the yes.
Sir, Windows 11 requires the 8th generation, right?
Windows 11.
11 requires, yeah, 11 requires 10th generation, no, 8th generation, right?
Don't confuse again, Abhinu. Don't confuse with these brands, right? Brand wala thina generation ekka confuse karaganne epa. I'm not talking about that generations. These are called general computer generations, right? Based on the technology. Wow, කියන්නේ මේ කියන්නේ fourth generation එකේ fifth generation එකේ computer බෙදෙන ඊළඟ generations තමයි ඔය කතා කරන්නේ. ඒකත් Intel processors. So that is like a small subdivision of Intel processors. That's what you are talking. Vacuum tubes, transistors, ICs, then VLSI and LSI, or you can call microprocessors. And then come to the ULSI and AM. So these are the basic 5 generation technologies.
So can we take information from the book and the Google?
Not clear, but can you repeat? Can you repeat?
Sir, we can get information on the book also?
Yeah, better you refer to the internet, but because in your book you have very little amount of information. You can refer to that, but small part is there in the book. Okay, then I'll stop from here, Pute. We'll discuss the remaining part in the next day. So please.
Sir, we discussed only the history of computer, right?
Not just that, we discuss about the history of computer and also discuss about this diagram, the following. So instructions from hard disk to CPU. We discuss about that as well. Anyway, you will get the note, don't worry. Okay, good night. See you all next week.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.